Okay, so today we're going to learn how to do jewelry. It's one of our new products, and we definitely wanted to get some information to make sure that everyone creates it correctly and has a great fun time creating their own. So I'm going to go and create my own bracelet. So I'm just going to click on the bracelet, let it load. At this point, this is where you say what you're going to name it. The other thing you're going to want to do while we get here is you're going to want to read how to design the jewelry. It's going to show you some pictures about bad examples of what happens. For example, with this very first one right here, you can see that a lot of the members of the family have been cut off, and that is not something you want to do. So read through all the bad examples, and it will give you some helpful hints as well, show you some good examples and some good ideas of what to do. So once you have read through that, go ahead and name your project. I'm going to name mine Mom's Christmas. Okay, so now that my project is open, I actually have already selected some pictures that I wanted to use. For example, I wanted to use a picture of my family, but right now I'm going to show you pictures of examples that are bad, and I will explain to you why they're bad. So I took this picture. It has all of the group of us and everything, and I'm just going to fit it. So it fits right there. What we're going to do is we go into preview, and this was where you're going to see why this picture was a bad choice for me, because as you can see, I have members of my family now being cut off, and that would be very sad. So I'm going to go ahead and close it, and obviously I can't use that picture because in order to get them, I'd have to shrink it down a lot, and then I'd have this white space above here and below there, and that's not what I want my bracelet to look like. So that's one example of a bad picture. Another type of picture that would be bad as well is this one like this. I'm going to stretch it so it fits the edges, and then go ahead and click preview again to preview it. And again, we're going to see why this was a bad choice of a picture. Her face is getting cut off all around this middle part here. So if I wanted these pictures, they wouldn't work, or I'd have to make them smaller so that they would fit. But then I risk the chance of having white space around it. The best type of picture to use for these is one that has space around all four sides of the picture. So the next examples I will show are pictures that I've chosen that are perfect examples of what we can and can't do. So here's one of my good pictures. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this down to size. Hold on, let me grab it and make it fit. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and preview this and make sure nothing I want is getting cut off. And as you can see, I have the two people in the picture that I want, and no one is getting cut off, no faces are there, and so this would be a great example of something that I could leave on. Another picture that I have that would be perfect is this one. I can just go ahead and minimize this to fit. Put it a little more center, and then click preview just to see what it looks like in the preview. And there she is. And so even I could just raise this up just a tad so that her chin's not at the bottom, but at least here no one is getting their face chopped off, and there's no white space left. So I could then go ahead and just create all the rest of my pictures on all these other little spots, and just drag and drop your picture. Make sure that nothing's getting chopped off, and then just always preview it before you hit publish. Okay, so what I'm going to show you next is one of the examples that you can do that was under one of the tips of how to create this. If you can recall, this was one of the pictures that I had decided was a bad picture to stretch because it cut off her face. I'm going to show you how to make it smaller without having the white space around it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to select the picture. I'm going to go ahead and click adjust and make it so that the picture is exactly the size of the square. Then I'm going to go ahead and click right click and go copy, and I'm actually going to go up here and click paste into place under edit, and as you can see I now have two pictures. I'm going to move the second picture off the page just for a minute. The first picture, I'm going to go into the toolbox under effects, and I'm going to go to the blur part, and I'm going to move it up to a 3. And As you can see now, the picture is blurry. But I'm now going to take my second picture and I'm going to minimize it and lay it directly over this other picture so that it's about there. And I'm going to select both of my pictures, go into layout, and make sure that they're even and centered over each other. And then I'm going to go ahead and click save. At this point, you can see that now it is saved as one of my thumbnails on the side. And I'm going to go ahead and preview it and make sure that everything is previewing correctly. As you can see now, my picture, she's centered inside of it. She's not being cut off too much. You can see the two different pictures, which you may be asking why I had you do this. It's because this is only a 1/16 of an inch, so it gives a margin of error, so that in case that any part of this is cut off, that it has a color behind it and looks like it goes with your picture instead of having a white line, because you'd hate to get your bracelet and have a white line all right here on this side or somewhere on this side. So having the blurred picture of the picture behind it gives no reason that you would have a blank space. Okay, now that I have finished my project, I'm going to go ahead and publish it. I click continue because yes, I want to publish this. It's now going to take me to the page where I can preview my project and that I have to click my box that I have previewed it and that it is appearing correctly. Again, the how to design the jewelry, the examples will come up at this point again. If you want to look through them once again just to make sure that you did everything right, make sure that faces aren't getting cut off and that there's not any white space around the picture like there is here. One of the other things that I didn't mention is that you can also have a colored border around it if you don't want the picture. I like to have the picture, but it's totally up to you. So once you go up here, make sure you preview it. Make sure that your picture is showing it correctly and that nothing is going to get cut off that you want it to show. Click continue, and then it will take you to the checkout where you can purchase your jewelry, and then you can just count down the days till you receive it.